obviously had already played before this game, but to get back in front of this crowd, how was that?
Felt great. Obviously, just going into it, hard to sleep last night. I was so excited. But, the energy was there. We were feeding off one another, and it's nothing like being at home.
How do you feel this defense really coming together the last couple of weeks, with the addition of you and the way Devon Witherspoon's kind of come along?
I think it's just, attention to detail. We understand our assignment. We understand where everybody else is at on the field. We don't, just know our job. We know the 3-receiver hook. We know who has the wheel route. We know who has the weak hook. So we're just feeding off one another. That just goes back to, through the week of just communication as far as, knowing what our assignment is, knowing where guys are. And if we keep that up, the sky's the limit.
Does Devon Witherspoon remind you of anybody, just the physicality, the energy?
Nah, he remind me of Devon Witherspoon, man. He's that guy, man. I'm excited since he came here. One of the smartest rookies I've ever been around. Obviously, just a complete baller. Game changer, can do it all. That's my guy.
You said the sky was the limit.
Mm-hmm.
What is the potential for this defense getting?
I mean, the highest of the highest, Super Bowl. That's our goal. But, one game at a time. We take it. That's our approach. We don't look forward. We don't look, in the past. We just try to keep our head down, fix whatever mistakes we need to fix, and continue at it. We obviously we still left a lot of things on the table. You know what I mean? And as a defense, we're just so competitive to fix it and get it right, to hold people out of the end zone. That's our mindset. So as long as we do that, we'll be fine.
From a run game perspective, what did you?
It's a nice suit, man. I like that. Nice jacket.
From a run game perspective, what did you see as the difference from the first half to second half? They were averaging over 6 yards a carry the first half. So
Right.
misdirection was giving you guys.
Yeah, we just, we had to see what they were going to give us. They gave us their best punch. Obviously, we made some adjustments in the half, and came out and, executed. We just needed to play our ball game, and that's what we did.
There has to be another side of the story in Cincinnati on the sideline. What happened to that?
Oh, man, hey, I just try to, it is what it is. I'm not going to speak on it. Just obviously excited for the win. That's an NFL, situation, and, hey, I ain't going to speak. It's all good.
What do you think got into Jordan Brooks today?
As far as what?
It seemed like he was looking like you with the post-play stuff.
Man, I just think, he was a little down at halftime. Obviously, he wasn't playing his game, his brand of football. And, everybody was just keeping him positive, keeping him happy. That's what we do. I went up to him and, just reminded him from the past of all the sacrifice him and I had to go through, just out there grinding 24 hours just to get our knee back to normal somewhat, and just all the sacrifice we had to put in. So I just reminded him, from things from the past of what we went through. He got his mind right, and he came out there. He was flying around, hitting everybody.
How are you feeling physically? How close to normal do you feel?
I'm not normal yet, but I am sore as hell. I feel good. I feel better after a win. I'll tell you that. But it's just a daily process with me, as far as just my routine of how I take care of my body and what I need to do before the game or after the game. So when I leave here, I have a whole routine at home. So I got to get to that. But obviously, just taking care of the body it's a whole different ball game. And obviously, I had to make some adjustments through the years. But I'm really happy of where I am right now.
Did you get a clean look at Spoon's hit?
I just seen it. On my phone. Oh my God. Yeah, that was. We knew exactly what play was coming. I was sitting inside. I was just waiting. I seen him, come off slow, and as soon as he went out, I knew Spoon was coming. Again, phenomenal football player.
It's only been a few games since you came back, but how do you feel about the way that the 3 safety looks are meshing and getting Quandre involved more at different positions and Julian Love moving around?
I think it's phenomenal, man. Just getting everybody on the field at one time. You know what I mean? I think that's special. So much versatility to where we can do anything. Anybody can play any position. We just feed off one another, man. Again, we're just excited. The sky's the limit. We're just going to keep our head down and work.
Excited to wear the throwback uniforms next week?
I am. Looking forward to that. I got to work on my cleat game right now, so trying to customize something right now. Hopefully I get it in time, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
With Witherspoon, how difficult is it for a rookie to have this impact inside and outside the league?
I don't know. I mean, you got to ask him on that because my rookie year, I was ass. So I don't really know. He's a phenomenal football player. Again, hats off to him. He's very smart. He's very, coachable. He listens. It's a rare find, man, and it's a reason why he's a top 5 pick.
So he's not ass.
He's definitely not ass.
Thank you.
Thank you.